Welcome everyone to another episode of Jory Magic. In this video, we're going to be talking about avatars and Egyptian gods. A lot of us have seen the movie Avatar with the blue people, and there was that Captain Sully, right? What was it, Sully? Same name of the guy that was flying the airplane, and then shit popped off, and he ended up flying in the water and saved everyone's lives. True American hero. Well, the guy in Avatar, I think his name was Captain Sully. But he would go in the machine and then open up his eyes, and he was in the Avatar. So it's like he wasn't the Avatar, but he was being broadcast from another place. And see, this right here, what I got, this body that you're looking at, this is the Avatar. Where is my soul? Point to my soul. Where is it? I wouldn't, even if you open up my heart, open up my body, you're not going to be able to find my soul. My soul isn't in this body. It's being projected through it. Just like the movie Avatar. My body is in one of those fucking cube containers, and I'm actually in the sun right now. I am the sun. And I'm being broadcast into this body, and you're looking at an avatar right now. So that movie Avatar, we can learn a lot. It always makes me cry. The part, I get very emotional. Mercury and Cancer. I get emotional when they're knocking down the blue people's trees. It's like, man, that's their fucking home. And it's so real. Because that's what's happening in life right now. Knocking down the trees and the natives. The Dakota pipeline. Just building on these people's land, polluting their water. And who gives a fuck, right? The American philosophy is, who gives a fuck about the environment or the next generation? Just work for money and live at this moment and be as comfortable as possible. That's the philosophy. Fuck everyone else and it's all about you. But I need to think about the environment because we live on the world. And I need to think about the next generation because that's me. I'm coming back to this motherfucker. So if I destroy the earth and there's nothing to come back to, then I might come back and it'll be like the game Fallout. There'll be those ghouls walking around, and then I'll have to fight off huge rats with a piece of fucking lead, a crowbar. I'll be beating fucking huge mutant rats with a crowbar. And that's all because the last generation, I didn't give a fuck about the next generation that came after me. Even though I am the next generation that comes after me. This is how I believe that reincarnation works. Let's just say I'm an 85-year-old man and I'm in the retirement home and I'm dying. And it takes me a week to die. I take my last breath. And the moment I take my last breath, my fucking spirit leaves that body, that 85-year-old body, and then it inhabits somebody that is 4 years old. Or 5 years old. So all of a sudden, the old man takes his last breath, and then he's zapped into another body, and he's a child. And he's in the basement of his house, and his dad is watching TV and waggling his leg, and he just logged on. He just came into this reality. But that is that's my first memory. In the living room watching TV, my dad's wiggling his leg. I'm thinking to myself, man, fuck, that makes me nervous as shit. But the memory before that, the thing that happened before that was I was an old man and I took my last breath and it wasn't like when I got reincarnated, I inhabited a baby. I inhabited a 5-year-old child, and that became his first memory. And that is when the consciousness of this life began. What is the avatar? Well, you're looking at the avatar right now, but we can also gain power from these Egyptian gods, goddesses, different spirits, devils, angels. We could channel their power, and then once we know about them, once we speak to these entities in person, then they possess our entire being. And then we become that avatar. For example, you could be the avatar of Horus, the Egyptian god, or Set, or Anubis. He's the god of the dead, and he would embalm the fucking bodies. I like the Egyptian god Sobek. He's an alligator. So I could become the avatar of Sobek and have that spirit come through me. How do I tap into it? This is the secret. This is where people are getting their power from. All these musicians, they're tapping into ancient deities and channeling the spirit through them, and they become the avatar of that spirit, like Horus. Let's say I want to channel one of these deities or an Egyptian goddess. I want to become the avatar of Horus. First thing I do, go to Google, pull up Wikipedia, and learn about this entity. There may be a sigil. There's going to be artwork, different images. Print out the images. Draw out the sigil, if there is one. Or if there isn't a specific sigil for that entity, well, then find out what planet corresponds to it, and then draw out that symbol. But you really want to program your mind and focus. Focus your energy and your attention upon that deity. So let's say I want to manifest money. I type in online and I find out that, well, Sobek, the Egyptian alligator god, he deals with the fucking money, man. So I find out, I print out all the information, I learn about him, draw out that sigil, then I make a connection. I draw out the sigil on a piece of paper. Then I make the connection. I may want to anoint that sigil, so then I become one with the sigil, and then I enter into a pact, and my mind is focused on it. So I anoint it with blood or semen. So I put blood or semen on the sigil of that entity that I was researching. Then I take that sigil. I mean, sure, you don't want to put tons of blood or tons of semen all over it. You're going to be putting this in your wallet or underneath your pillow when you go to sleep. And then you want to find out what number that deity represents. There's 1, Sun, 2, the Moon, 3, Jupiter, 4, Rahu, 5, Mercury, 6, Venus, 7, K2, 8, Saturn, 9, Mars. So we find out what number that deity corresponds to. And for example, if it's the number 9 and Mars, that's a fire planet. So we know this. A fiery fucking planet. And then we're going to chant the number 999, 999, 999. Get our mind focused on these things. And then when we go into the dream, we will astral project ourselves into this realm where we'll meet that entity. Maybe the distractions along the way trying to prevent us from talking to the entity. But we need to keep on going forward. And then when we meet him, ask the entity questions. And that's how it changes our life. And then take upon that spirit. And let the entity work for you. Alright, I'm running out of power, so I'm going to get out of here. Avatars and Egyptian gods and goddesses. I'm Jory Richard. Thank you for watching.